Every time we scroll, we compare our behind the scenes to their highlight reel. James calls it earthly and spiritual, demonic even. We are built in the image of God, His creation, exactly the way He intended. And if we stop comparing ourselves to others and simply trust that God has given us what He wants us to have, He promises peace.
So I started struggling with an eating disorder around the age of 8. There was some childhood trauma that started at that time, and the eating disorder was a way that I used to cope. It was just a way that I felt comfort and safety in a time where I just wasn't feeling any of those things. Even at 8, I remember comparing myself to others and thinking that I was gross and disgusting and worthless. I had these automatic negative thoughts that I was fat and ugly, fat and ugly, fat and ugly, fat and ugly. If things went wrong, it was because I was fat and ugly. By the time I got to 22 and I was in a really dark place, having very dark suicidal thoughts, I was praying, asking God, what do I do? I think I'm at the end of my rope here. Psalm 139 came as clear as day to my heart. I just opened up my Bible and started reading it out loud and weeping. And honestly, I didn't believe it to be true of myself, but it gave me hope. And honestly, God used it to save my life. I know that that's what my message will be until the day that I die, is I want people to know that they are fearfully and wonderfully made, that God knit them together in their mother's womb, and they do have a purpose. God doesn't make mistakes. After that, I started fighting for my life, and I think that that is the difference between prior to that experience to now, is that I am fighting now. I'm fighting against the enemy and pushing back the darkness in my life, because I know now the ways that Satan tries to tempt me and the ways that he tries to trick me and bait me down this road that always leads to death and destruction. God has truly taken this eating disorder and used it in my life to proclaim the gospel. That is the thing that I have been able to use to share the gospel more times over since I was 22 years old than anything else. And in such a weird way, I am grateful for it. My faith and my healing are intertwined. He has shown up so many times through these trials, through this struggle, through the trauma, through the junk. That is where my faith has been built, and that is something I'm grateful for.